You have to take it off or not. All right. Imagine upon Yakadam, turn to face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakutka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. The Thundernawa. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalakanawa. Kabawathnawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawathinawa. Wala'ah. Tabiyanawa. Banasawan. Abal. Hawashanawa. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Maka. Amalakwa. Wahata Power. Lawalamu. Aman. In English, our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Pray for the cock, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Baba Kasha. The Thundernaw. Akak. Lara Pa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Akak. Ratahar. Hamatazari. Akak. Lahakwim. Hamathim. Akak. Al-Rakawa. Atamala. Agarsham. Bashim Yahushua. Tawad. In English, Yahweh. The name Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name Yahushua. Thank you so big. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Barak Lanawa. Yasha'ala. Wahabayah. Sapari. Barak. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Tawad Aman. In English, Yahweh. In the name Yahushua. Bless us and Yasha'ala. And the school. In the name Yahushua. Thank you so big. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Al-Haharium. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Azari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Barataza. Al-Yatan. Lamuwak. Galka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamal. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Ariyat. Yamyuka. Yawamam. Hashemash. La'ah. Ikaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makal Yashamar. Athnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Tazaatka. Wabuaka. Maitha. I will love. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'ala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going
And
out
thy coming in.
and thy coming
From
in.
this time forth.
From this time forth
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahai,
Adam Yalaka.
Adam Yalaka,
Al Thakarash.
all thy karah,
Wal Thasquat.
all thy squats,
All.
all
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Awiyabika.
Abuabika,
Yahami Yawam.
Yahama Yawam,
Wamashanayaka.
Wamashanayaka,
Shawa Ra'ash.
Shara Ra'ash,
Al Imaka.
Al
Yahriyamu.
Yahweh,
Sawa.
Sawa,
Waya.
Waya,
Taya Aitazawa.
the Ya Atazawa,
Al Tazapawanyika.
Atazawamika,
Amarwa.
Amara,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam,
Magawi.
Wagali,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yazakar.
Yasakar,
Shamya Sha'al.
Isham Yasha'al,
Awa.
Awa,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Noah Atazawa,
La.
La,
Yakhadwa.
Yakab,
Alika.
Ali,
Barya.
Maria,
Yakarathwa.
Yakwath,
Ahalia.
Ahali,
Arawam.
Adawam,
Waya Shemaya Layam.
Wayashmai Aliyam,
Mawaba.
Mawab,
Wahagari.
Agari,
The ball.
the ball,
Wamawan.
Amwan,
Wamalak.
Malak,
Alashat.
Abshah,
Alishabi.
Abishadi,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gamashawar.
Gamaskawu,
Nalawa.
Nalawak,
Imam.
Aiman,
Aiwa.
Aiwa,
Zarawat.
Arwat,
Abanyalawat.
Banyalawat,
Salat.
Salat,
Aisha Laham.
Aisha Laham,
Kamari.
Gamadi,
Kasiyah Sara'ah.
Yasara'a,
Kayabi.
Kayabi,
Manakal.
Banakal,
Oyashwan.
Yashwan,
Yashamadwa.
Ashtamadu,
Bayanda Ara.
Bayadaru,
Haiwa.
Haiwa,
Daman.
Daman,
Ladamu.
Nadam,
Shatamu.
Shaitam,
Nadayabawa.
Nadayabawa,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Wakazaba.
Wakazab,
Wakazabak.
Wakazaba,
Wakazalmanai.
Wakazalmanai,
Kana Sakamwa.
Karnasna Kamla,
Ashar.
Shaw,
Amarwa.
Amaru,
Nayi Rashah.
Nairusha,
Nanwa.
Lanawa, Ah,
Nawa.
Nawa,
Alahayim.
Alahai,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shatamu.
Saitamu,
Galgala.
Gogala,
Kwash.
Kwash,
Apanya Rawka.
Kapanya Kwash,
Kaash.
Kaash,
Saba Ira Ira.
Dabahiri Ivory,
Wakalahab.
Wakala Abu,
Salahat.
Talaha,
Aryam.
Ariel,
Kantar Dam.
Karthar Dam,
Basa Irika.
Basa Ivory,
Wabasa Wapatka.
Wabasa Wapak,
Tabalaham.
Dablaham,
Mala'a.
Wala,
Panyaham.
Banyaham,
Walawan.
Wanywan,
Wayabakwashwa.
Oyabakwash,
Shamka.
Simha,
Yahaw.
Yahau,
Yabashwa.
Yabash,
Wayabahalwa.
Oyabahalu,
Adi Ai.
Adi High,
Wayakaparwa.
Oyakaparu,
Wayabadwa.
Oyabadu,
Wayadaiwa.
Oyadaibu,
Kayatha.
Kayata,
Shamka.
Samka,
Yahaw.
Yahau,
Babaka.
Bak,
Ayuwan.
Arwan,
Ah.
Al,
Kal.
Kal,
Haratazah.
Aratazah.
In English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O
Hold
God.
not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Yahshua may be no more remembered.
that the name of Yahshua may be no more
For
remembered.
they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of
and
Edom,
the Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of
and
Moab,
the Hagarine,
Hagarine,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistine,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also was joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sarah.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the
Make
earth.
the nobles like Oreb.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
Like Zee.
Like Zed.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes as Zabah.
All the princes as
And
Zabah.
as Salmon.
As Amun.
Who said,
Who said,
let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the house of God and possess.
All my power.
All my power.
Make them like the wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the wind.
As a stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
And men may know that thou.
Then men may know that thou.
His name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is
The
Yahweh.
Most High.
Of the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Pray for the power structure in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
Wa Me'aka Allah.
Wa Ma'aka
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawapyam.
Alawapyam.
Hasaranyam.
Pasayarium.
Hasaranyam.
Hasarayim.
Akwatazayam.
Akwatazayayam.
Akhayayalim.
Akayayalim.
Wahakwati.
Wahakwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
In English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you Yahweh.
Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai. And
And
Michael.
the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General
The
Yahana.
generals.
The general.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name Yahweh Shai.
The name Yahweh Shai.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
Start to the front. Slack, you forgot the wine. The Yashala. Shabi, be seated. All right. Shalom, Israel. Y'all by some y'all shot to the brothers. Y'all small done by some y'all shot to the sisters. We are the ISUPK, the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commanding General Yahana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your tithes. Go to ISUPK.com. Get ready for the Lord's 56th annual Passover, April 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Get your hotels ready. Get your travel arrangements ready. Save a couple extra dollars for the nightlife to see the sights. Check out the vendors at the events. It's going to be a good time. December 25th is going to be the opening of Hanukkah, otherwise known as the Feast of Dedication. We're going to the Apocrypha, into the scriptures, to these records, and go over the stories that led up to this event. And it's the spirit behind rededicating the temple. It's going to go on for about 8 days. It's going to close on January 2nd, I believe. Double check the calendar. So the 25th at sundown. Yeah, so that should go straight through until the sundown on the 2nd. There's gonna be a lot of distractions. If you are able to gather together in your local zone for all those 8 days, that would most certainly please the Most High. That we're dedicating, that time span to observe our culture and our holy days. A lot of us still got a slave, despite it's falling right on the 25th, so a lot of people are going to have off. So that part shouldn't be an issue. After the New Year's, that one might start getting more complicated, but don't let the holidays start tripping you up. For us, they don't mean nothing, but we see the world revolving around us and how they operate in conjunction with Christmas and New Year's. And then winter solstice, and then Yule, and all this other garbage that goes along with it. Hold fast to your peers and your brothers and sisters that are in this truth too, so that you don't lose your bearings and you don't get sentimental over not getting your kids gifts. You get them gifts anyway. All throughout the year is a perfect opportunity. Any given day, pick a random day. It's a perfect opportunity to get your children's gifts. If that's, they're their kids. They want gifts. They want toys. They want candy. They want cartoons. They're simple people, very, very basic, kind of creatures. Adults, gets a little bit more complicated. They become more attached to it for more so out of habit than anything. So don't let that trip you up. We got something more important to focus on. So get ready for the 25th through the 2nd. This ISUPK Milwaukee. Shout out to Priest and Officer 5000 Mata Bar, his amazing family, always checking in with us. This is Nazamana. ISUPK Milwaukee, Sabbath service. We're going to be reading in the Hebrew. We are in Genesis chapter 42 and 23. Then we'll read it back into the English. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to engage in the chat. This is a Sabbath service, so it's going to be more directly the reading and breakdowns as we go along as needed. So with that, Genesis chapter 42, verse 23 in the Hebrew. Waham, La'a, Yaraiwa, Kaya, Shemai, Yausa, Kaya. Amariataza. By Yam Thumb, verse 24. By Yasab, Mariyaham, Slake, Ma'ariyaham, Wayabaka, by Yashab, Alham, Wayadabar, Alham, like Alham, Wayaka, Ma'atham, Shemaiwa, Wayasar, Athwa, La'ayanyahum, verse 25. Wayatazwa, Yausa, Waya Mal'awu, Karyaham, Bar, Walahashiyab, Kasapyaham, Ayash, Shakwa, Walatha, Laham, Tazara, Ladara, Waya Aisha, Laham, Khan, 26. Waya Shawa, Shabaram, Hamaryaham, Waya Lakwa, Masham, verse 27. Waya Pathak, Ha'achad, Shakwa, Lathat, Masapua, Lachamaru, Bamalawan, Wayara, Kasapwa. Wahana Slaki. Wahana Hawa. Bapia. Amathakathwa. Verse 28. Wayamar. All. Akiwa. Absha. Kasapia. Wagam. Hana. Bamathakathia. Wayataza'a. Labam. Wayakaradu. Ayash. Akiwa. Lamar. It's like your ma. Za'af. Aisha. Alahayim. Lanwa. Verse 29. Wayaba'awa. Yaikwa. Abiyaham. Arakaza. Kanaim. Wayagayadwa. Lawa. Kal. Hakwarath. Atham. La'amar. It's those 7 in the Hebrew. And brother's gonna read it in the English. So Genesis chapter 42, verse 23 through 29, whenever you're ready.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 41.
42.
Oh, slap.
42, 23.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 42, verse 23. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. Verse 24. And he turned himself about from them.
Oh, so Slacky. So this is when so after the famine happened, and everybody's feeling the effects of it. When his family comes to Egypt looking for relief, they don't recognize Joseph sitting at that right hand, sitting in the seat of authority, and he's playing it off. He's using an interpreter to speak to his family, and then he's speaking to the interpreter to speak to the family. So he's kind of playing it close to the chest. But good.
Verse 24. And he turned himself about from them and wept, and returned to them again, and communed with them, and took from them Simeon, and bound himself before their eyes.
So he had to take a minute to kind of not just process it, but because he's kind of, he just got set up by his family, by his own brothers that he was raised with, that he grew up with. And because of their jealousy and their envy, their ego, they sought to unalive the brother. But now they're coming to them for help. Now they're not coming to him specifically knowing that it's him, but they're at his feet nonetheless. They're at his mercy. If he wanted to, he could have turned them away. But given his nature, he's not. I guess you could say he's kind of wiping the slate clean. After everything that he's been through too, maybe he just don't want to. How would I say it? Maybe just wants a life of peace and love, but he's not treating them maliciously because of how they treated him. But he's still, we're going to find out. Keep going.
Verse 25. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provisions for the way. And thus did he unto them. Verse 26. And they landed their asses with corn. And they ladded their asses with the corn and departed thence. Verse 27. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the inn, he espied.
So that's just like he saw, he discovered.
He espied his money, for behold, it was in his sack's mouth. Verse 28. And he said unto his brethren, my money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, what is this that God hath done unto us?
Well, it's kind of one of those too good to be true scenarios, thinking it's a setup. Keep going.
Verse 29. And they came unto Jacob, their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, 30.
Hold on, man. No, we ended at 29. So we got these brothers that had, they come up with Jacob. And they catch one of them as a spy. So it looks like they're going to keep Simeon. Let the rest go with, not just with resource, but with money. And then reporting back to Jacob. Going back into the Hebrew. Verse 30. Debar, Ayash, Adanya, Harataza, Athanwa, Kwashwa, Wayathan, Athanwa, Kamaragalium, Harataza, verse 31. Wanamar, Ayuwa, Kaniyam, Anachanwa, La'a, Hayayanwa, Maragalium, verse 32. Shaniyam, Aishar, Anachanwa, Achiyam, Banya, Abiyanwa. It's like Abiyanwa, Ha'achad, Ayananwa, Wahakutan, Hayuam, Abiyanwa, Barataza, Kana'ain, verse 33. Wayamar, Ayanwa, Hayash, Adanya, Harataza, Baza'at, Adai, Kaya, Kaniyam, Atham, Ha'akikam, Ha'achad, Haniyakawa, Athia, Wa'ah, Ra'abawan, Bathiakam. Kahua. Walakua. Verse 34. Wahabiawu. Achayakam. Hakutan. Aliyah. Wa'ada Aiha. Slug. Wa'adaiha. Kaya. La'a. Maragalium. Atham. Kaya. Kanyam. Atham. Achayakam. Athan. Lakam. Wa'a. Harataza. Thasakawa. Verse 35. Wayahaya. Marayakuyam. Shakwayaham. Wahna. Ayash. Tazarawa. Kasapua. Bashakua. Wayaraawa. Tazarawath. Kasapyaham. Hama. Wabyaham. Wayayarawa. Verse 36. Wayama. Alham. Yaikwab. Abiyaham. Athia. Shakalatham. Yawsha. Ayananwa. Washamaywan. Ayananwa. Ayananwa. Wa'ath. Benayaman. It's like Benayaman. Banyaman. The Kahua. Aliyah. Aywa. Kalana. It's those 7 back in Hebrew. Read it back into the English. Start at verse 30. Actually, start just overlap. It started at 29 about the show.
Book of Genesis, chapter 42, verse 29. And they came unto Jacob, their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, verse 30, the man who is the Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. Verse 31. And we said unto him, we are true men. We are no spies. Verse 32. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and that the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. Verse 33.
So they lying about not so much about who they are, because there definitely was 12 brothers. But the one that they're saying was not with them was back home with Pops. They're talking to the one that was supposed to be back home with Pops. Good.
Verse 33. And the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, Hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your households, and be gone. Verse 34. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So I will deliver you your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land.
So I mean, look at their sincerity for a moment, on how real they are, that they're going to comply with these terms. After the history that they had with Joseph. So now he's kind of checking their loyalty on this and their sincerity, knowing that he was left in a hole, in a pit in the ground. This is years after. This is many years afterwards. But knowing that he was left in a hole in the ground, he's checking the temperament of these men now. Keep going.
Come, verse 35. And it came to pass as they emptied their sacks, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And with both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid.
Because it's almost like if you're running through, we'll just say like cartel land or something, for an example. If you're running through their land, the police, the corrupt cops of the cartel themselves, they might be looking for a handout. From Palmdale, Yalitha Moore. Shout out to Yalitha Moore at the water for joining in with us from Palmdale, California. What the hell is that in California? Shabbat Shalom. Not something that we say. I ain't gonna get at you though. All right, the water. Because you break that down, that means rest in peace. Just a heads up. We are alive and well, considering the hell. But yeah, Shabbat Shalom, that would translate into rest in peace. Just for future notice. But the water for tuning in with us. If you're still here, any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to check in. All right, so yeah, if you're land and you're proper cartel member, a lot of times they're gonna the expected transaction is gonna be a bribe. Pay them off with some kind of some kind of a treasure reward, what have you, and they're supposed to kind of let you through. So these guys were trying to kind of get in, see what's up, and they get sent away with their money. So that's going to tell you, well, either dude is like, straight arrow. He's not taking a bribe. You can't bribe this guy. His integrity ain't for sale. Or maybe there's something else planned. They don't need your money. If, you especially like if you're dealing with like the cartel, maybe with the crooked cops, it might be a little bit different because a lot of them are on the payroll because of the poverty. And, that's a lot of times why they'll get into that. But if you're dealing with the cartel member, a lot of times they're already either taken care of. They might take the side bribe or something like that and still kill you. Like you still may never, see the benefits of that effort. But for the most part, like because of their loyalty or because they're financially straight, they don't need that money. They're not going to take that money. So that means they're probably either just going to reject you, or they're probably just going to kill you. So they're looking at that scenario. Dude didn't take the money. Well, what the hell does that mean? We'll keep reading. 36 yet?
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, it's 36. Verse 36. And Jacob, their father, said unto them, Me have ye
bereaved. It's like grieved, burdened, bothered, unsettled. Yeah, I think it's more so grieved though. Let's look it up. Keep going.
Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not, and ye will take Benjamin away. All these things are against me.
Yeah, so he's saying, all right, so deprived of a close relation or a friend through their death. So, you know, he lost his favorite boy, his closest favorite son, Joseph, at the hands of his other sons. Now Simeon is gone. And what do you say? They're about to take Benjamin off? Oh, he's probably throwing Benjamin in there because either Benjamin is like his next kind of favorite son, or I can't remember where Benjamin falls into the order of the sons. If he was like the second to last, because if Simeon was the last, then Benjamin might have been the second to the last. And normally, you know, the babies are, you know, the most precious. These are all grown men at this point, though. But you know, their relationship, the bond with their father, you know, that certainly grows over time. So with the prospect of losing a third after losing two of his kids, you know, it weighs heavy on him. So that's the end of those in English. Going back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 43, or it's like in verse 42, chapter 42, verse 37 through 43 and 5. Verse 37. Well, y'all ma. Ba'aruban. It's like Ba'aruban. Oh, Abiwa. La ma. Ah. Shanya. Banya. Tamia. La'a. Abianwa. Alika. Thana. Athwa. Ail. Yariya. Wa'anya. Ashibanwa. It's like Ashayabanwa. Alika. Verse 38. Wayama. La'a. Yarat. Banya. Aimakam. Kaya. Akaiwa. Ma. Mata. Wahawa. Labadwa. Nasa'a. Wakwara Ahwa. Aswan. Badarak. Ashar. Thalakwa Baha. Wahawa Radatham. Ah. Shayabathia. Bayagawan. Sha'awala. Chapter 43, verse 1. Waharaib. Kabad. Ba'arataza. Verse 2. Wayahaya. Kashar. Kalwa. La'akal. Ah. Hashabar. Ashar. Habaya Awa. Mamataz Slakia. Mamatazarium. Wayamar. Aliyaham. Abiyaham. Shabwa. Shabarwa Lanwa. Ma'ait. Akal. Verse 3. Wayamar. Aliwa. Wahawada, Salakia. Yahawada, Salakia to the other brothers. Yahawada. Lamar. Ha'aid. Ha'aid. Banwa. Hayash. Lamar. La'a. Tara'awa. Panya. Balathia. Akayakam. Athakam. Verse 4. Yashka. Masalak. It's like it. Akayanwa. Athanwa. Barada. It's like it. Narada. Wanashabara. It's like it. Wanasharaba. Laka. Akal. Verse 5. Wa'am. Ayanaka. Masalak. La'a. Nora. Kaya. Kayash. Amar. Ayanwa. La'a. Thara'awa. Slaki. Thara'awa. Panya. Balathia. Akayakam. Athkam. That's those 7 in the Hebrew going back into the English. So Genesis chapter 42, verses 37, 38, and then 43, verses 1 through 5.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 42, verse 38. And he said, my son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead.
Like verse 37.
Okay, so verse 37. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, slay my 2 sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. Verse 38. And he said, my son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in the which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave.
It's not something he's trying to risk. Like Jacob, he cared about his sons more than his sons had cared for each other. At least more than that they had cared for Joseph. But they're kind of showing that love and concern for each other. You know, Joseph's gone. And again, we're talking many, many, many years after this, that event had already taken place. And Joseph still isn't holding, you know, he's probably got anger like inside, but he's not acting on that. He ain't doing nothing unlawful to him. He's not treating them poorly because of it. But because he's kind of no longer in that family, he still understands what the law is. But he is kind of he's testing them. This is a test on the brothers too. But he's not, how would I say, he's not being a jerk about it. He's being kind of subtle and coy. Well, not coy, but he's being sly about it. But he's not being so far he ain't done nothing that crossed the line. He ain't done nothing unlawful in these acts. But you can tell, like when he had where was it? In verse 24, when it said, and he turned himself about from them and wept. You know, he wasn't recognized.
the reaction that he has seeing his brothers again, kind of stirs up that follow too. Like, he's a man that has authority in this kingdom right now in Egypt, but he got left in a pit by his own family. He got passed through slave trade. He was in a position of power in the one Pharaoh's house. He got accused of doing something unlawful by his laws, but by their laws to the point of just because it was Pharaoh's wife, not by their laws to the point because it would have been adultery. By his laws, by the Most High's laws, Joseph's understanding about what that would have meant, adultery, not just because it was Pharaoh's wife. They kind of go hand in hand, but there's kind of a different sentiment because for them, it's not because it was adultery. Because if Pharaoh was just some random dude, it wouldn't have been taken that extreme. But because it was the Pharaoh's wife, is why it was held, to that standard of damn near death. So he gets thrown into the jail. He's sitting in jail for years, and he moves up in the ranks of in the jail. But like everything that Joseph had gone through, all the ups and downs of all the different times that Joseph's life was in the balance. And now seeing the people that his own brothers, not just some random dudes either. He wasn't just walking down the aisle. It wasn't 12 Years a Slave. If anybody had seen that movie, seen that? Yeah. So dude was, what was he? He was a musician. He was a piano player, some shit like that, or violinist or something like that. He was a dope musician. He gets tricked into a gig. After the gig, they get him drunk. After the gig, they kidnap him, and now he spends the next, over a decade in slavery. That's not what happened here. His brothers were jealous of him, threw him in a ditch, threw him in a hole in the ground in a pit, and then sold him into some slavers that brought him into Egypt. So the betrayal there is a lot deeper. This is why y'all need to tune into Officer Kanunga's Brotherhood class. You need to tune into that class every Tuesday. And again, for real, clap it up. And it goes over the tenets and the principles on how to rebuild the nation of people, because you don't see the Chinese fight with each other like that. And they really don't do it in public. Like we're not going to pretend that other nations don't have problems within their own countrymen. They do. They got a lot of problems. There's a lot of families and factions within the Middle East that do not get along, but they got split because of white people's involvement, because of money, because of power, not just the threat to resources, but the promises of control, so that they can be that top family. That's still a real thing. A lot of people, like the royal family in England, there are other contenders to that throne that would like to be in that position of power versus them. So just because it looks prim and proper on the surface don't mean that it's not stewing and boiling underneath. Same thing with the Asian families. Same thing, Korea, you got a North and South Korea because of, who the hell was? Because of America and Russia, I think it was. Because of America and Russia's involvement. This is why you got a North and South Korea. It's like, you don't quote me on that. I got to double check, but if I remember correctly, those are the two Edomites that got involved in their civil kind of issues. Something similar had happened in Africa with it was like a tall tribe versus a short tribe. It's not this ain't what caused this exodus. I think this was part of what caused the Rwandan. What the hell was that?
The Hutus and the Tutsis?
Yes. That's what it was. Say those names again.
Hutu and Tutsi.
The Tutus and the Tutsis. the Hutus and the Tutsis. It was like a tall tribe and then a short people tribe. And I think that was England and France. Again, don't quote me on that too. My history is not as sharp on that, but again, more white people that got involved and that pit these two tribes against each other. It's, you know, all these other nations got issues that they're dealing with themselves, but when it comes to, they know how to band together. They know how to squash all those differences, settle that beef, even if it's just for the moment. Just like, for example, how everybody's, you know, they have teamed up for space exploration. You got NASA, and I guess its counterpart NATO, for a world military, and then a spatial, in intergalactic military defense system. Because they do have one common enemy: technologically advanced extraterrestrials. That's a scary goddamn thought. When we've got, you know, all, if you look at the problems that people have here, imagine them trying to rally together to fight, you know, interdimensional beings. That's not something we're equipped to do. Despite the ego tripping and despite atheism, it's there's an affront coming to this world. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be glorious. You're going to love it. Stay tuned. Keep going.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 43, verse 1. And the famine was sore in the land. Verse 2. And it came to pass, when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt, their father said unto them, Go again, buy us a little food.
So again, the famine hits. They go to Egypt looking for some relief. They do get some at a cost, but they do get some of the relief that they need. But it's finite. It's not you know, going to last forever. So they need to go back for more. Keep going.
Verse 3. And Judah spake unto him, saying, The man did solemnly protest unto us, saying, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you.
There was a contingency, though. They needed that youngest boy. Where was it? Yeah, so they took Simeon because of the perceived spy activity, and now he was calling for the youngest one. Where was that? Oh yeah, so in verse 33, leave your brother in here with me, and take food for the famine for your households, and be gone. Verse 34, and bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, and that you are true men. So that those were the conditions to prove that they were innocent of any kind of conspiracies or sabotage. That's why Joseph or Jacob was bereaved, because of Simeon and Benjamin. So Simeon was already in captivity with Joseph, and they were the order was that to bring their youngest, which would have been Benjamin at this point, in order to for further transactions and to prove their sincerity. So now they're kind of weighing, they're putting that back in the tip, because at first Jacob was like, no, we're not doing that. But now they're at the end of their food supply, so now they kind of have to renegotiate. Keep going, or they have to go back to the negotiation table. Keep going.
Verse 4: If thou wilt send our brother with us, we will go down and buy thee food. Verse 5: And if thou wilt not send him, we will not go down. For the man said unto us, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you.
And that doesn't mean that you're not gonna see his physical face. You're not gonna deal with him. He's not gonna come see you. You're not gonna get to sit at the table. You're not gonna be able to speak with him. You're not gonna have a face to face with him. It's like I should have just cut it right down the middle like that. You're not gonna have a face to face. Back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 43, verse 7. Y'all marvel. Shawal. Sha'al. Hayash. Lanwa. You want to read that next word?
You said verse 6, verse 7?
Verse 7.
We didn't do verse 6.
Oh, yeah, my fault. My fault. Verse 6. Yamar. Yasha'ala. Lama. Haraitum. Laya. Lahagayad. Layash. Haiwad. Lakam. Ak. Verse 7. Yamaru. Shawal. Sha'al. Hayash. Lanwa. Now, do you want to try to read that next word?
Yalam. Yalamar.
There's no ra.
Williyad.
You're skipping a few.
Yelawam. William.
You're adding a ya in there.
Walam. Yalam. Liyad.
You saying yalad?
Yalad.
That's not a ya. You got walam.
Oh, Salaki. Walam. Walad. The ya.
Right, so you're getting the wa and the ya kind of mixed up.
Walam. Walad. The Nawa.
There you go. I'll smooth that out.
Walam. Walad. The Nawa.
La Amar. Haiwad. Abiyakam. Haya. Hayash. Lakam. Ak. Wanagad. Lawa. Al. Haya. Adabarium. Allah. Hayadawai. But it's like Nadai. Kaya. Yamar. Kaya Rayadwa. Akayakam. Rasik. Yamar. Yahawda. All. Yashala. Abiwa. Shalaka. Anaaya. Athia. Wanakwawama. Wanalaka. Wanakaya. Walaa. Namwa. Gum.
Anakanwa, Gum, Atha, Gum, Panwa. Verse 9. Oh, that ended. Hey, shalom, sis. Yazaira. If you say so.
Oh, really?
I can't read it right now. Your eyes are slacking. Oh, that's the sister that don't help you in spades at all. Okay, now I remember her. All right. Shalom, sis. Thank you for joining us. Verse 9. Anakia. The Arabanwa. Mayadia. The Bakushanwa. Ath, or it's like La'a. Habia Athiwa. Arika. Wahad Tazagathiwa. Lapanyaka. Wakat Ta'athia. Laka. Call. Hayamayam. Verse 10. Kaya. Lawala'a. Atha Maha Mahanwa. Kaya. Aitha. Shabanwa. Zaha. Paimiyam. Verse 11. Verse 11. Wiyamar. Al Yaham. Yasha'ala. Ab Yaham. Khan. Apawa. Second. Apawa. Zaath. Aishwa. Kakwa. Mazamarath. Rataza. Bakari Kam. Wahuwa Rayadwa. Layash. Manaka. Ma'ait. Kazaria. Wama'ait. Barash. Nakaath. Walat. Batanium. Batanium. Washaquadium. Verse 12. Wakasaf. Mashana. Kakwa. Bayadakam. Wa'at. Akasa. Amabshah. Bapaya. Amak Slaki. Amak Katayukum. Tashiyabwa. Bayarakam. Awalia. Mashaga. Hawa'a. It's those 7 in Hebrew, going back to the English.
The book of Genesis, chapter 43, verse 6. And Israel said, wherefore dealt ye so ill with me, as to tell the man whether ye had yet a brother? Verse 7.
He just kind of scolded him, like, why did you even tell the man that you got, that there's more of you? Keep going.
Verse 7. And they said, the man asked us straightly out of our state and of the kindred, saying, is your father yet alive? Have ye another brother? And we told him according to the tenor of these words, could we certainly know that he would say, bring your brother down?
Well, we're just being honest, Paul. They didn't tell him that this man that they're dealing with, that they're negotiating terms with, that's demanding terms of them, is his son. They don't know, they don't recognize him, but they never told Joseph that, or they never told Jacob that they had, plotted to kill, his favorite boy. But now they're just, they're just honest Abe type shit. You going?
Verse 8. And Judah said unto Israel, his father, send the lad with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou, and also our little one.
We're doing this. We're doing this for the family. This is so that, just like you said, so that we can live, so we don't die of starvation. It's a famine going on. What else are you supposed to do? Keep going.
Verse 9. And I will be surely I
will be surety.
I will be surety for him. Of my hand shall thou require him.
I promise you, on my mama.
If I bring him not unto thee and set him before thee, then let me bear the blame forever.
On my life.
Verse 10. For except we had lingered, surely now we had returned this second time. Verse 11. And their father Israel said unto them, if it must be so now, do this.
Because now they could have done this right away. But because Jacob didn't want to risk another son going MIA, they waited until all the food that they had from that first run runs out. Keep going.
Take of the best fruits in the land in your vessels, and carry down the man a present, a little balm, and a little honey, spices and myrrh, nuts and almonds. Verse 12. And take double money in your hand, and the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sacks, carry it again in your hand. Peradventure, it was an oversight.
So thinking maybe maybe they overlooked it, maybe they didn't consider it, maybe they forgot about it. Give them all these gifts. Again, kind of trying to sweeten the pot. Give them all these gifts, bring more money with you, so that we can have a favorable outcome. Maybe this way, we can get our one son back. They're not going to take the other son, because again, that was the demand. So we're about to find out how they get treated. Back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 43, verse 13. Wa'a Achayikam Kakwa Wakwawamuwa. Shawabwa. All. Hayash. Verse 14. Wa'al. Shaddai. Shadia. Yathan. Lakam. Rachamayam. Lapanya. Hayash. Wasalak. Lakam. Ah. Akayakam. Akar. Wa'af. Banyamyan. Wa'anya. Bash Kasar. It's like it. Kasar. Shakalathia. Shakalathia. I want to say that's a number. When it repeats like that, it's like oh, you just ain't breathe. Okay. Verse 15. Wayakakawa. Hanashim. Ah. Hamanaka. Hazah. Wamashana. Kasa. Lakakawa. Bayram. Wa'af. Banyaman. Banyaman. Wayakwama. Slacking. Wayakwamwa. Wayaradwa. Matazarium. Wayamadwa. Lapanya. Yawasa. Verse 16. Wayara'a. Yawasa. A thumb. Ah. Banyamyan. Wayamar. Yes. Yeah. Wayamar. La Shar. Ayah. Bayathan. Bayathwa. Haba'a. Ah. Hanashim. Habayatha. Watabak. Tabak. Wahakan. Kaya. Athya. Yakalwa. Hanashim. Batazaharium. Verse 17. Wayaisha. Hayash. Kashar. Amar. Yawasa. Wayaba. Hayash. Ah. Hanashim. Bayatha. Yawasa. Verse 18. Wayayara'awa. Hanashim. Kaya. Hawaba'awa. Bayath. Yawasa. Wayamawa. Ayah. The bar. Akasa. Hashab. Hashab. Bamathakathayan. What? Shit's like Bamathakatyanwa. Pathakala. Anakia. It's like Anakanwa. Mawabim. Wahadlal.
Aryanwa. Wahalatana Paul. Aryanwa. Walakukaf. Athanwa. Libarium. It's like Libarium. Wa'ak. Kamarianwa. It's 19. Wayagashawa. All. Hayash. Ashar. Al. Bayat. Yawasat. Wayadabarwa. Al Yuwa. Tathak. Habayat. So those 7 in the Hebrew, back into the English. Genesis chapter 43, verses 13 through 19.
Genesis chapter 43, verse 13. Take also your brother and arise and go again unto the man.
I just go.
Verse 14. And God Almighty give you mercy before the man.
Lord be with you.
That he may send away your other brother and Benjamin. If I be bereaved of my children, I am bereaved.
If it happens, it happens. Because he's known to risk, assuming the risk given kind of the unknown nature of the people that he's dealing with, or the assumed identity. Because they're going to Egypt. They're dealing with this person who said, all right, if y'all ain't spies, leave this one dude with me. If y'all for real, come back with the other one. They don't exactly honor those terms because of Jacob, because he doesn't want to lose, potential third son. Not knowing that Joseph has no intention of, causing any harm, but to kind of stick to the role, he's definitely pushing this character line. Keep going.
Verse 15. And the man took the present and took the double money in their hand, and Benjamin, and rose up and went down to Egypt and stood before Joseph. Verse 16. And when Joseph saw Benjamin with him, he said to the ruler of his house, bring these men home and slay and make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon.
He's setting up a kind of a banquet for him, or just a dinner. We'll just say just a dinner. Nothing, probably nothing crazy, but he's being a very kind host at this point. Good.
Verse 17. And the men did as Joseph bade.
The order that Joseph gave him is he bid him.
And the man brought the men. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house. Verse 18. And the men were afraid.
They don't know what the hell's about to go on. Dude's being so nice to him.
Because they were brought into Joseph's house, and they said, because of the money that was returned in our sacks at the first time, are we brought in that he may seek occasion against us and fall upon us and take us for bondmen and our asses?
Because again, if he don't need the money, it would have been a nice chunk of change that they were trying to offer. But if you don't need the money, then what the hell else could he be after? What's the other motivation for him to deny the money and just walk us into his home? You know, that would seem a little suspicious. Like even by today, man. If you dog, I'm trying to compare this to something in Milwaukee, man. Like if you because Milwaukee isn't just a walk in the park. We got some nice parks, but you know, there's some sides of town that you got to be very cautious on how you. And I think this is, you know, with any large city, any ghetto, any hood, you got to be careful on how you conduct yourself. And if somebody seems too friendly to you, it's normally a little unnatural. You know, for us, we're always on guard. Because from our experience, somebody's always trying to attack us. Or somebody's always trying to hustle us. At the very least, they're trying to get your money. So they're walking into the situation where dude's not taking the money. Or maybe they're thinking, you know, he'll get rid of us and take the money anyway. Just to throw into his, you know, his piggy bank. But to just be walked into his house so easily, because they're not considered a threat at all. Joseph ain't worried about them doing anything at all, walking them right into his crib. So that means that Joseph's not just, you know, confident, and he knows he can just snap his fingers and, you know, fall on them at any time. And these brothers are realizing that we are definitely at this man's mercy. He didn't take the money. He's bringing us right. He's just walking us right to his house. It's a little weird. So they're definitely on edge for the right reason of both fronts, because it is their brother they had, you know, plotted against. That again, they still don't know this, but in spirit, they're definitely right to be fearful, because a lot of people would have had that vengeful reaction almost, you know, off the rip. And then also on the flip side, being just walked into a stranger's house without knowing this person, that's a precarious situation. It's kind of dicey. It's a little risky. It's not something that, you know, normal people just go into. But again, they're in a position where they need food. They need resources. It dried up. They ran through the first stash that they got, and now they got to come back for more. And they kind of overlapped the time frame in which where the brother had mentioned it. Give me 1 second. All right, verse 10. For except we had lingered, surely now we had returned the second time. Yeah, so like he knows that if they had to come back right away, they kind of tarried. They took their time. And again, it's because of Jacob. You don't want to risk that losing another son. But because they didn't return right away with Benjamin, the youngest son, to show Joseph by his terms that they were upstanding men, that weren't spies. You know, they had waited so long, they got to come back out of necessity. You know, this transition, you know, could have been a little bit smoother. So again, they're very suspicious, as they should be. I think any rational person would be. Suspicion is healthy. They should have been suspicious about the Oklahoma bomber. They should have been suspicious about Jeffrey Dahmer. They should have been suspicious about Nixon and Reagan and the Clintons and the Kennedys. They should have been suspicious about Christopher Columbus. More suspicious than they were initially. You know what I'm saying? That suspicion is healthy. It's a safe way to travel. Yeah, that's where we're going. That's what's going on here. That was, I think we still got verse 19.
Verse 19. And they came near the steward of Joseph's house, and they communed with him at the door of the house.
That's the end of those in English. Going back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 43, verse 20. Waya Marwa, Baya, Adanya, Yarad, Yaradanya, Bathachala, La Shabal,
Akal, verse 21. Wayahaya, Kaya, Ba'anya, it's like a Ba'anwa, all, Hamalawan, Wanapathaka, Af, Bamash Slaki, Bamash Kwalwa, Wanasha, Athwa, Bayadanwa, verse 22. Wakasa, Acha, Hawaradanwa, Bayadanwa, La Shabar, Akal, La Yada Ainwa, Maya, Sham, Slaki, Maya Sham, Kasapanwa, Ba'amatha Katyanwa. Struggling with that one. Verse 23. Wayama, Shalom, Lakam, all. The Yara'awa, Alahayakam. Wa'alaya, Abiyakam, Nathan, Lakam, Matamawan, Batha Kayat Slaki. Ba'amati Kathikam. Kasapyakam, Ba'a, Aliyah, Wayawa Taza'a, Aliyaham, Slaki, Alaham, Ah, Shemai one, verse 24. Wayaba'a, Payash, Ah, Hanayasham, Bayatha, Yawsta, Wayathan, Mayam, Wayarakatazwa, Ragalyaham, Wayathan, Matab Pawa'a, Lakhamariyaham, verse 25. Wayakayanwa, Ah, Hamanaka, Ay, Bawa'a, Yawasa, Patazaharian, Kaya, Shamaiwa, Kaya Sham. Satya. Kaya Sham. Kaya Sham. Kaya Sham. Ayakalwa. Lakam. Verse 26. Wayaba'a. Yawasa. Abayatha. Wayabayawa. Lawa. Ah. Manaka. Ashar. Bayadam. Abiatha. Wayashatha Kawawa. Lawa. Arataza. Yeah, Arataza. That's the end of those 7 in the Hebrew. Going back into the English. Genesis chapter 43, verses 20 through 26.
Book of Genesis, chapter 43, verse 20. And said, "Oh, sir, we came indeed down the first time to buy food." Verse 21. And it came to pass when we came to the end that we opened our sacks, and behold, every man's money was in the mouth of his sack. Our money is full weight, and we have brought it again in our hand. Verse 22. And other money have we brought down in our hands to buy food. We cannot tell who put our money in our sacks. Verse 23. And he said, "Peace be with you." Salakia, peace be to you. Fear not. Your God and the God of your father have given you treasure in your sacks. And I had your money, and he brought Simeon out unto them. Verse 24. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house and gave them water, and they washed their feet, and he gave their asses provender. Verse 25. And they made ready the present against Joseph came at noon, for they heard that they should eat bread there.
So kind of a customary thing, you come into somebody's home, providing a gift, and he's being very well, they're being very well received and taken care of. This time it looks like it was just Joseph that went. Benjamin should be with him, but they brought. He's telling them, we got all this. Got a lot more for you this time around than we did last time. Keep going.
Verse 26. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the present which was in their hand into the house, and bowed themselves to him to the earth.
So just being very humble about it. Good.
Verse 27.
Well, that was fast. All right, verse 27, back into the Hebrew. This is actually Slaki, just last bit of wine for the last set of verses before we close out. Yashala. Somebody takes a shot and they go, "Woo!" It's kind of that with the wine, though. Lord Sapar. It should take that with me when we go out next time. Yeah. All right, back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 43, verse 27 through 33. Wayasal, Laham. Yeah. The Shalom. Wayamar. The Shalom. Abiakam. Azakwan. Asal. Maratham. Ha'ayawadanwa. Chaya. Verse 28. Wayamarwa. Shalom. Lai Barak. Slakia. Lai Barak. Lai Bianwa. Waidanwa. Slakia. Iwadanya. Iwadanwa. Slakia. Chaya. Wayakwadwa. Waya Shathakwa. Verse 29. Wayasha. Ayanyawa. Waya Ra. Banyam Banyamyan. Salakia. Banyamyan. Akaiwa. Ban Amwa. Wayamar. Hazah. Akayakam. Hakutan. Asar. Amaratham. Aliyah. Wayamar. Aliyaham. Yechanaka. Banya. Verse 30. Wayamahal. Yawasa. Kaya. Nakamarwa. Rakhamaywa. Rakhamaywa. Al. Akaiwa. No, still the same one. Wayabakwash. Labakwa. Wayabaa. Akadara. Wayabaka. Shema. Verse 32. Verse 31. Wayarakataza. Panyuwa. Wayataza. Wayatapa. Wayamar. Shayamwa. Lacham. Verse 32. Wayashayamwa. Lawa. Labagwa. Walaham. Labram. Wala Matazarium. Haakarium. Atwa. Labadam. Kaya. La'a. Waya Kalawan. Salakia. Yawa Kalawan. Hamatazarium. La Kal. A. Haibarium. Lakam. Kaya. Wata Eba. Slakia. The Wa Eba. Hawa. Lamatazarium. Verse 33. Yeshabwa, Napanyua, Kabakar, Kabakarathwa, Wahad Tazayar, Katazayarathwa, Wayatha Mahawa, Hanashim, Ayash, all Ra'ivwa. That's the end of those 7. The end of these readings in Hebrew back into the English to finish off these verses.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 43, and verse 27. And he asked them of their welfare and said, Is your father well? The old man of whom ye spake, is he yet alive? Verse 28. And they answered, Thy servant, our father, is in good health. He is yet alive. And they bowed down their heads and made obeisance. Verse 28. Obeisance. Verse 29. And he lifted up his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, Is this your younger brother, of whom ye spake unto me? And he said, God be gracious unto thee, my son. Verse 30. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother. His bowels did yearn upon his brother. And he sought where to weep. And he entered into his chamber and wept there. Verse 31. And he washed his face and went out and refrained himself and said, Set on bread. Verse 32.
And so again, we're just kind of going over, Joseph's he's kind of forced into a role here, like after the betrayal of his brothers. Like, how quick are you just going to be? He's in spirit. He's embraced them kind of like brothers. Be very, very kind, very, a very generous host to him. Kind of starting the slate clean, almost as strangers, almost as if Joseph had never been part of this family, and he just got raised up in the position that he was in. Like that's the only life that he had known. And now he just meeting this strange family that's in need, and he's just being cordial with, being civil, doing business. But he's dealing kind of with that turmoil of what happened, because he loved his brothers, and for him, it's a good sight to see. In the next, I don't think it all gets revealed in 44. Slacking. Oh, so I'm reading in 45, Joseph. Yeah, so 44 and 45 is when it kind of breaks the barriers of it's like, let me slack. 1 second. Yeah, you still don't speak that slack. Slacking. Can you hear me?
We're almost done. We're just about to finish the last verse, say the prayers, and yeah. Sure. Okay. She went. It's like it was cat calling. All right, so it can be, you know, a challenging situation because he's kind of like he don't know if he should reveal who he is to these people or not. Is he gonna be betrayed again? Are they gonna, you know, how are they gonna react to him? They put the man in a pit, sold him into, you know, slave trade because they was jealous of him. Now he's in a position of authority. How much more jealous would they be? And this is all fulfilling prophecy too. It's all fulfilling the prophecy, the vision that Joseph had about him being more powerful than his brothers, and how his brothers are going to have to come to him. His father's going to have to come to him. 4:8. He's going to be greater than his father. And now we're seeing how this famine had hit everybody, and now these brothers had, and now how everybody is going to have, how everybody is coming to Joseph for relief. I wouldn't want to push it. I'd have to double check on this. I wouldn't want to push it so much as to say that. I guess that kind of does fit though. So everything that happened to Joseph would also kind of be part of that prophecy potentially, because of the position that it boosted him in. Had he not gotten thrown into that, had his brothers not been jealous of him for that vision, you know, Joseph didn't know how this was all going to play out. He didn't know how he was going to get raised up into this position to be over his father and his brothers. He didn't know that it was going to take him getting thrown into a pit, getting slave, getting brought through the slave trade, getting sold into Egypt, being a servant of Pharaoh's house, getting raised up in Pharaoh's house, just to get thrown in prison by some Karen, just to get raised up in prison, just to get notarized for his dream translation ability, into his interpretive abilities. You know, why use 10 words if you can just use one, right? For his interpretive abilities, just to get raised back up into Pharaoh's house, a different Pharaoh's house, just to now kind of have rule or authority over his brothers, like his brothers and his family having to come to him. He didn't know that it was going to take all this to fulfill that prophecy. But that's how this whole thing happened. And now everybody's about to get slapped with a brick because it's going to get revealed here in a second. And, you know, we're going to see how this reunion unfolds for people that are not familiar with the story. So with that concludes this Sabbath service reading. Yes, clap it up. Appreciate our brother Kananya for assisting in the reading. Our brother Rapai Yal on the ones and twos. Everybody who joined us in the chat. Assistant Azam, Houston Officer 5000 by the Bar House. Yalita Moore. Like that sounds like your sister's name. Salakia, if I'm misclassifying you. If I'm not. Oh, I don't want to insult you either by saying if I'm not getting your pronouns right. I think we're better than that. The brothers Rib, who ain't no good at spades, appreciate you for checking in with us. Yahweh Salam, sis. Looks like we're gonna be holding Hanukkah here in Milwaukee. So for any, yeah. So looks like we're gonna be here. Doesn't look like we're going to Chicago. So for anybody in Wisconsin, you want to come kick it with your people for the Feast of Dedication, travel on through. Try to give us whatever kind of notice you can ahead of time so that we can prepare all the food for you. Any contributions you're able to make, get in contact with the school near you. Any accommodations you need met, get in contact with the school near you. With that, men of Israel, I'm Magid, which means stand. scrolls. Upon the aqua down, let's turn to face the east. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, you can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 13. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakaka.
Malakaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Tazakah.
Tazakah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratazah.
Al-Ratazah.
Kawak.
Kawak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
The thunder now.
The thunder now.
Makam.
Makal.
Call.
Call.
Yawam. Wasalak now.
Wasalak now.
Kabawath now.
Kabawashi now.
Wasalak now.
Kabawashi now.
Kabawathi now.
Kabawashi now.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabiyan now.
Tabiyan now.
Manasawan.
Manasawan.
A ball.
A ball.
Oshai now.
Oshai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Right.
Right.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
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 Ma'awalamni.
Ma'awalamni.
It's like, Aman.
Amen.
In English, our Father,
Father,
in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom
Thy
come.
will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth,
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
And give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debt
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not to temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the
and the
kingdom,
power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shemi Al Shah,
Baba Kashah.
Baba
The
Kashah,
thunder now.
the thunder now,
Hakak.
Hakah,
Hakak.
Hakah,
Lara Pa'ah.
La Rapa'ah,
Kal Machala.
Kal Hakala,
Wakal Madawa.
Kal Madawa,
Hakak.
Hakah,
Latahar.
Latahar,
Hamatazari.
Ramatazari,
Hakak.
Hakah,
Lahakuyum.
Lahaki,
Lamathium.
Lamathium,
Hakak.
Hakah,
Al-Rakawak.
All Rakwa,
Hatamala.
Hatamala,
The Darshon.
Garsha,
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Shemi Al Shah,
Wadaman.
the Wadaman,
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh,
The name Yahweh Shai.
the name Yahweh Shah.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power,
power to heal all manner of sickness.
the power to heal all manner of sickness,
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of
The
disease,
power to cleanse the lepers.
the power to cleanse the
The
leper,
power to raise the dead.
the power to raise the
The
dead,
power against unclean spirits.
the power against unclean
To
spirits,
cast them out.
to cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you so big.
Thank you, so be it.
Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shemi Al Shah,
Barak Lanawa.
Baraka now,
Yasha'al.
Yasha'al,
Wahabayah.
Yahabiyah,
Sapari.
Sapari,
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Shemi Al Shah,
Wadaman.
the Wadaman,
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Name Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Bless us in Yasha'al.
Bless us in Yasha'al
And the school.
and the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you so big.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah,
Ayanya.
Ayanya,
Ahahari.
Ahari,
Mayan.
Maya,
Yaba'ah.
Da'ah,
Azari.
Azari,
Azari.
Azari,
Ma'ayin.
Mai,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Samayam.
Samayah,
Warataza.
Wa'ratazah,
Ayatan.
Ayathan,
Ramwa.
Ramawah,
Agalka.
Magog,
Ayanawam.
Ayanawa,
Shamarka.
Shamarka,
Hana.
Hana,
La'a.
La'ah,
Yanawam.
Yanawah,
Wala'a.
Wala'ah,
Yayashan.
Yaishan,
Shawamar.
Shawamar,
Yashala.
Yasha'al,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamarka.
Shamarka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazalka.
Tazal,
Aliyah.
Adiyah,
Yamika.
Amika,
Yawamam.
Yahweh,
Hashmash.
Yashamash,
La'a.
La'ah,
Yakaka.
Yakaka,
Wayirak.
Ra,
Walayila.
Walayala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamarka.
Yashmarka,
Makal Rai.
Alright,
Yashamar.
Yashmar,
Athapaska.
Asapach,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashmar,
Taza'aka.
Taza'aka,
Babuaka.
Wabwak,
Maitha.
Waitha,
Why?
Why,
Awulam.
Abulam.
In English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
Lift up my eyes into the
From
hill.
whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'ala
he that keepeth Yasha'ala
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming
And
in.
it's time forth
From this time
and
forth,
even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew.
Alahayim. Aldam Yalaka. Alta Karash. Alta Squat. Kayahana. Awabika. Yaham Yawan. Wamashanayaka. Sha'awa Ra'ash. Alaimaka. Yariyamu. Sawad. Waya. Taya Atazwa. Altazapawanyika. Amarwa. Nakwa. Wanakakidam. Magalia. Wala'a. Azkar. Shamya Sha'al. Awa. Kaya. Nawa Atazwa. La. Kadwa. Alika. Barya. Yakarathwa. Ahalia. Adawam. Waya Shemayaliyam. Mawa'aba. Wahagari. Gabal. Wamawan. Wamalak. Al-Shab. Bishabia. Tazawar. Yamashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Iwa. Zarawai. Bani Salat. Aisha Laham. Kamadian. Kasiyah Sarah. Kayabian. Manakal. Bayaswan. Nashamadu. Bayan the Ara. Aywa. Aman. Shaitam. Nadayab Mawak. Kaira. Wakazaba. Waktazalmanai. Kalnasai Kamu. Ashar. Amarwa. Nairashah. Lanawa. Nawa. Alahayim. Alahayat. Shaitam. Galgala. Kakwash. Panya Rauka. Kaash. Taba Ira. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Karyam. Kantar Datma. Basa Iraka. Basa Wapatka. Tabalaham. Mala'a. Tanyaham. Walawan. Wayabakwashwa. Shamka. Yahaw. Yabashwa. Wayabahalwa. Idi. Wayachaparwa. Wayabadwa. Wayadaiwa. Kayatha. Shamka. Yahaw. Labadka. Aliyawan. Cow. Haratazah. In English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel, that the name of Yasha'Allah, may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
The
tabernacles of Edom. The Ishmaelites.
Ishmaelites.
Moab.
The
Hagarenes.
The
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Good. Good. No. All right. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Doing to them is unto the Midianites. After Sisera. As Jabin. At the brook Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like Oreb. Like Zed. Yea. All the princes at Sabbath. That's our move. Who said, let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession.
God in possession.
On my power. Make them like the wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. As the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. Make them afraid with thy storm. Fill the face with shame. That they may seek thy name. Oh, Yahweh. To be confounded in trouble forever. Yea. To be put to shame and perish. That men may know that thou. His name alone is Yahweh. The Most High. Over all the earth. Prayer for the power structure in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai.
Wameaka Allah.
Wa'aka Allah.
Wa'alahayim.
Wa'alahayim.
Matazab Yah.
Matazab Yah.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawakim.
Alawak.
Asaranyim.
Warzayim.
Akwatazayanyim.
Akwatazayim.
Akayayalim.
Akayayalim.
Ahakwatim.
Ahakwatim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
In English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
The angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General
The
Yahana.
generals.
The general.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name Yahweh Shai.
The name Yahweh Shai.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and
And all
earth.
things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name Yahweh Shai.
The name Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Believers and curses.
The evil and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Our prophets.
Our prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
The evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
Shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
That's $ ISUPK Milwaukee or ISUPK.com. Pay your tithes.
Pay your side.
Send evils and curses.
The evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction.
the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nation.
And they drug dealers.
And they drug
The
dealers.
court system.
The court
The
system.
prison
The
system.
prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinhead.
Pascomatazi.
Pascomatazi.
Gay movement.
Gay movement.
Lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
Space programs.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the
And
internet.
the airways.
The airway.
Cable access channels.
Cable access.
And the radio channels.
Radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the
of
spirit.
many of thy people
Many of our people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop
and
us
bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the
or
way
try to stop us
or try to stop
from
us
broadcasting your words
broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth and consume them.
through the earth and consume
Let
them.
the plague shake the house of the thief
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh shot.
Let your house shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel
Down with the flying saucers.
down with the flying saucers.
Punish all the heathens
And punish all the heathen
that come up against us
that come up against
as
us
we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause to be known by all.
Cause to be known by all.
That it's the angels that it done.
It is the angels that have done it.
Cause to be spread through the media.
Cause to be spread through the media
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake it thy coming.
Cause to shake thy
In the
cup.
name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Talk to the front. All right, salute the Torah. Turn to Rapah first.
Yeah, Bashem Yashabar. Yeah.
Apak. Yahbashim Yashabrak. Yeah.
Yahbashim Yashabrak. Yeah.
Good Sabbath service. Shalom. Passover April 12th. Hanukkah December 25th. Get right. Let's get it. Shalom. Yeah, whatever you want to end it.